Hi there, looking to build up your classroom library when it comes to your morphology instruction? I've got some books, and yes, this might be kind of nudging or grabbing at your wallet after you watch this video, but these are the books that I have found that are great, perhaps for your younger students. But what you might find is that you can use them even with your older students in a fun way. And who doesn't love a picture book, right? Okay, so these are some books for the times that you're going to be either introducing or reinforcing or reviewing your affixes. And we use those quite a bit in the English language, right? So we do want to find ways that are meaningful to incorporate them into our lessons. For our earlier students, it's certainly appropriate to start introducing simple suffixes like suffix s and ed and ing, and then going further into er or es or en. Okay, but I'm going to just start with some of the books that I have found. You know what? There aren't that many out there. So if you are a children's book author, well, I am, but maybe this is in your wheelhouse or your niche where you think you have a great idea for some books. And if you do, let me know. All right, so the first one I found is If You Were a Prefix. Now, I just want to remind you that I'll have a list of all of these books and links to find them. But this one is by Marcy Aboff and illustrated by Sarah Gray. Okay, so this is a picture book that has pretty simple language, but at the same time, very beneficial language. So simplified ways to just explain what a prefix's job does, right? Like if you were a prefix, you would come first, right? And I really love the illustration here. Okay. Prefixes can make a regular school a preschool, change angles to triangles, and make lucky unlucky. Okay, and then it just goes through with lots and lots and lots of examples of prefixes in this book. So this is a great one to definitely keep in mind. And then what I would do after that is introduce this next book, and that is Pre and Re, Miss and Dis, What is a Prefix? Now, our author is Brian P. Cleary. Now, Brian P. Cleary has done a really, really nice job with supporting classroom teachers with books that help with language. He's written some books, as you know, may have seen, for the parts of speech out there, like nouns, verbs, adjectives. He's got lots and lots of them. If I look at the back, there's an extensive list of books and his website. So this book, once again, is all about prefixes. And so it starts with prefixes are word parts that we add onto a word. They're right at the beginning, just like pregame or unheard. Okay, nice little rhyming pattern that he has as he writes these books as well. Really well done, and kids love these illustrations. All right, now what about suffixes? So I showed you if you were a prefix. Now, at the time of this video, Amazon has not delivered my copy of If You Were a Suffix, but it's telling me that it's on the way. So that copy, same author, I will put a link to If You Were a Suffix in the list as well. I just don't have it to hold up in front of this video. Sorry. All right, but I have some other good ones. Okay, so once again, Brian P. Cleary has full, less, and ness. What is a suffix? Okay, so here he is again, just now this one, it says suffixes are word parts that are tacked onto a word. You'll find a suffix at the end of farmer and preferred. Okay. Fun illustrations in that one. I really love this next one by Robin Pulver, Happy Endings, a story about suffixes. Now, you may recognize Robin Pulver. She had written Punctuation Takes a Vacation, Nouns and Verbs Have a Field Day, and then there's another one about silent letters that I have to get. Shows the covers on the back. But I love all of those books by Robin Pulver. And so, illustrated by Lynn Rowe Reed. Okay, so, and this is more of in a storytelling form of what suffixes are. The school year was winding down. The days seemed endless. Mr. Wright's students were excited about summer vacation. And what I like that Robin has done in the text is put the suffixes in a different color font. Okay, so they're more of a reddish color, and listing them there on the board. Okay, and giving lots and lots of examples on each page. So this, once again, is another great book, Happy Endings. I like that title too. Very clever. All right, and then the last one I found, oh my goodness, another Brian P. Cleary book, is one that really I had not seen in my travels before. And this one is called, I actually got a discarded book from a public library, but I did find it on Amazon. Okay, but it's called The Peaches on the Beaches. And this one is a book particularly about, it says, a book about inflectional endings. Okay, now this is going to be what I think a helpful book to kind of refer back to again and again as you teach the different endings in your lessons. Gives a nice little teacher or parent letter at the beginning. Okay. Very simple language, but I'll show you the way the author has incorporated the use of the inflectional endings into the sentences. So first, he lists examples: naps, caps, laps. They took naps with caps on their laps. And the words are bolded, the ones that have those suffixes. Snowing, blowing, towing. It was snowing and blowing when the truck was towing. And then one more. Dreamed, screamed, beamed. He dreamed that he screamed as the sun beamed. Eee! So really clever illustrations. I love that they match what is being described in the text down below so that students can really place them into some context and understand what is going on with building their vocabulary. Okay, this is an example of when pictures really do support our vocabulary and understanding of what is happening. And when we're using pictures for building morphological understanding, I think that's really appropriate. And in this case, I think Brian does an excellent job of that. So what you could do, like for instance, we go on to witches, switches, and ditches, is just go back and refer to maybe just one or two pages instead of reading this book cover to cover. You may just want to bookmark or put a sticky note on just a couple of pages. And then when you're ready to introduce maybe suffix es or review it, then you just go to the page or pages that have that on there and then read those again. And then as a nice extension, you could create your own list of words with suffix es and see if your students can come up with their own silly sentence and illustration to go with that. So that would be a nice extension. Okay, so I've gone over some books here. Once again, if you were a prefix, there's also one same author if you were a suffix. Pre, re, miss, and dis, Brian Cleary. Then we did Happy Endings. That was Robin Pulver. And then more by Brian Cleary, full, ness, and ness. What is a suffix? And then The Peaches on the Beaches. Okay, so which one do you already have in your classroom library? Do you have any of these? which ones seems new to you that you just have to get your hands on. Let me know what you think. I will, once again, we'll have a list of the books and the links that go along with them. If you've found this video helpful, please share it with someone. I would love if you could follow me on YouTube. And of course, you can always find my videos in the Literacy Nest video vault. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.